Well, hi folks, welcome back to another. I guess not an episode of Drinking Buddies because oh, I'm hearing some double stuff here. There we go. Yeah, so not an official episode of Drinking Buddies because we're missing our good old friend Dave from Booze on the Rocks. But this is Happy New Year's 2023 with Rob, Vino, and friends. So you got myself, Rob from Rob's Home Bar. We've got Vino from 60 Second Cocktails, and we've got some friends. We got multiple different people from the cocktail community here on YouTube that'll be joining us here and again. And yeah, we're hoping that we're gonna have a fun night, and hoping you guys stick around until the new year. Well, I don't know if we'll make it that late. We're old and we're tired.
Yeah, so we're gonna have fun throughout the night. You know, kind of reflecting on 2022 and talking about 23. We're gonna talk about some of our favorite cocktails, some of our favorite spirits. Some things that we didn't like so much from 22, and just kind of like the transition from the dark ages of COVID to what is a seemingly normal life. So hoping you guys join in on the chat section. Now look, if you guys are in the chat, you probably want to head over to my channel because that's where most of the chat is going to be. And so you guys will head over to my channel.
So good point. We do the stream is going to two channels. We got my channel and we got Vino's channel. If everyone wants to get into the same chat so that everyone can kind of commingle during the evening, I won't take offense, but go watch the stream. It's the same stream. Go watch it on Vino's channel, 60 Second Cocktails. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you give them a subscribe while you're there.
Yes, and likewise, if anybody on my side is not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to Rob. So Rob, man, listen, I think it'd be fun if we could just kind of jump right into it and invite our two guests that are waiting in the green room and the online green room, and just let you guys know what these channels are all about, and make sure you guys subscribe to them. They're two really great people, and I think Rob, let's go ahead and invite them.
Let's do that. All right. So we've got Suzanne from Cocktails Under Quarantine, and we've got a Gnome from Gnome's Tavern holding up a famous bottle of Malort. He and I are going to do a little Malort spritz tonight, hopefully. I only have a tiny bottle because the stuff's not available in Canada. And Carl from Alchemix Bar was nice enough to send me a nice mint. He smuggled this in through the post. But you can't get the big bottles. What's that?
You have a Malort mule?
Yeah, exactly. But he only gives me tiny bottles.
Well, that's all he can fit.
So, so make sure, guys, you go over to Cocktails Under Quarantine and Gnome's Tavern. Subscribe to them as well. And there's such an amazing cocktail community here on YouTube. It seems to have all started during the pandemic in 2020 when everyone was at home drinking and had nothing better to do. So we decided to record our antics. And then but yeah, I mean, we're here. We are 3 years later. A lot of the people from the community have left. They went back to work, so they stopped doing the YouTube stuff. But a lot have stuck around, and here we are. 3 years later, still doing this. Still doing this.
And we've got some a lot of new channels also. I mean, it's funny because what's it been 3 years now, Rob? Almost 3 years. Well, right?
I started like May 2020. When did you?
I started August 2020, right? So we're at 2 years basically, 2.5, whatever you want.
I guess I keep saying three because it's 2020.
We don't make cocktails, and I'm not good at math. So
going into the third year, I guess.
So anyway, there's been so many channels that when I started who have disappeared. Some who were there before me, some who were there after. And it sucks when you see channels go away because there's been a lot of good talent and we've made some good friends, but we've also got a lot of new people that have joined in. There's some good people that have
every year there's some new folk that join, or we find people. I mean, YouTube is so vast that sometimes we find people are like, hey, I found someone new, and then you realize no, they've been around for like 5 years. They're not new.
So just to give you guys like a little rundown. So my man Gnome works down in New Orleans. Gnome, you want to give your distillery a little shout out? Give them a little thing.
Yeah, I'm the distiller at Happy Raptor Distillery, and I'm also an experienced ambassador at Sazerac House.
And a badass cocktail contest winner.
Yeah, Courtney always makes fun of me because I hate the word mixologist. So she's like, "You're an award-winning mixologist." I'm like,
and you're like an unofficial ambassador for Malort, apparently.
Well, actually, I guess I get an official now. I'm actually working on a cocktail book for 2023, and it is the history and recipe of Malort. So
No way! Oh,
Amazing.
that's awesome. Nice, man.
Nice.
Cool.
The recipe, I'm gonna have to make like a
homemade version.
a copycat Malort for my channel.
Oh my gosh, that will go in the book. Yeah.
And now, as for Cocktails in the Quarantine, their channel is very. Would you say that it's like a lot of it's pop culture themed? You guys do a lot of film, a lot of adaptions and stuff like that connected to pop culture. Why don't you tell them a little about your channel and about yourself?
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for having us, Rob and Vino, and it's great to see everybody live celebrating New Year's Eve. So yeah, over at Cocktails Under Quarantine, we're just home bartenders having fun, and Vino, like you said, that's right. We do a lot of we love our cocktails and costumes. We love to do a lot of shout outs to movies and our favorite movies and TV. And I figured, I was like, I can't come on the live stream without a drink. So I see, Vino, you've got Coquito. I brought a Hurricane, which is very, on brand for Gnome down in New Orleans. Oh yeah. Okay. Excellent. That looks good.
So yeah, why does everybody in the comments tell us what you're drinking today? If you're not drinking, say that also. But let us know what it is that you're popping today. I got some Coquito, which is Puerto Rican eggnog, as they like to call it. This is Vino's special recipe. A lot of people always tell me, like, Vino, how come you've not made a Coquito video yet? And it's weird because, like, I guess as the only Puerto Rican YouTuber, I have like mad pressure on me to make it and make it really good. And I have a great recipe.
You can't possibly be the only Puerto Rican YouTuber.
Well, the only one anyone cares about.
Have you done the research?
Yeah. Well, there was Gabe, but Gabe's not on YouTube anymore. At least not active. But he's awesome. Gabe's awesome. But I'm the only active one that anyone really knows. And so,
so you Highlandered all the other Puerto Rican cocktail YouTubers.
A lot of them are doing it in Spanish. So how about that? I'm the only English-speaking Puerto Rican YouTuber left. We're gonna narrow this down little by little, guys.
All right, here we go. Let's
anyway, but before we start, Rob, you got to pop that. Why don't you say cheers to you guys?
Cheers.
Everyone in the chat, cheers. Everyone that's not on chat yet, cheers in advance. Cheers.
Cheers. I'm going to start actually with a. I rarely drink just champagne straight, so I'm going to start with a champagne cocktail.
I was thinking, Rob. I was just thinking. Because when you guys kindly extended the invitation, I was thinking, like, what do I make? And I'm glad to see you're doing a champagne cocktail, because I was thinking of that. It's a classic, and it's nice and simple.
I always think of it as you're basically building a brandy old fashioned right in the glass, and then just popping some. So I got a sugar cube in there, doused it in Angostura. I'm gonna add an ounce of.
Really quick. So Peter,
nice.
Peter Boomer, head over to my channel. Everyone's on my channel.
Yeah. Peter is probably Peter follows me. He's from I have a local foodie group. There's like 11,000 people just from my small community in my town. And so I promote my stuff a lot. And so Peter's from that community. So he joins in a lot of our lives.
Does Peter have
Make sure you go if you want to be involved in all the what's that?
Does Peter have a food channel? A food?
No, I don't think so. No, I think he's just an enthusiast.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right, so I've got the ounce of cognac, the sugar cube, the Ango, and we're just gonna top the bubbly.
That's nice.
An angle, so I don't go crazy. Oh God, it's gonna.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch that video of Jess earlier on?
Yeah. That was great. You're right. Yeah, I like that.
I was thinking right there.
Yeah. Are you using Demerara sugar?
Yeah, Demerara cube.
Nice. It's hard to find. We live in North Carolina, where it's like a good booze desert. I've been trying to find good cognac. I can find decent American brandy, but decent cognac is kind of unavailable here.
Everybody in the chat, tell us where you're watching from. Where are you guys from? Because we're from all over the place. Obviously, you guys, I'm from New York. We got North Carolina, we got New Orleans, we got Canada. So this is I'm from Ottawa technically, but if you want to get more specific, we're in a suburb of Ottawa called Orleans. So we've got someone here from New Orleans and someone from Orleans.
No, what you got there? I see you got that delicious hibiscus syrup, and looks like a.
Did you make like some sort of mule?
That's nice.
Yeah.
So
Maryland.
I was looking at a Malort spritz in a bottle, and the tasting notes were. Of course, people put garbage because every time they talk about Malort, they say garbage. And then they said hibiscus and grapefruit. So I'm trying to recreate that.
Oh, interesting. I like the mule glass.
Yeah. My mother, that's her favorite drink is a mule.
Same here. I love mules.
So I have some mules, man.
So it's a Malort, hibiscus syrup, lime juice, grapefruit soda. So I made it kind of like a Paloma.
Nice.
And then they had lavender in their garden. So I'm just going to a little lavender, be a little special.
Nice.
Smack it.
So Suzanne, your
So
husband is from New York City originally?
He is, yes, that's right. So the other half of the Cocktails Under Quarantine empire is a fellow New Yorker, Vino. Yeah, he's by way of Staten Island and Brooklyn. So you're up in the Bronx, right?
Yeah, I'm in the Bronx. Yeah. Well, I just moved out. I'm in the suburbs now. I'm like right outside the Bronx. I'm in Westchester.
Okay. Westchester. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So now,
I have to ask.
Sorry, I passed my drink to my wife and she took it. I'm like, no, you have to give it back.
Okay, so I have to be the embarrassing person that has to ask because I know a fair number of spirits, but I don't know Malort. What is Malort?
Oh, you know him. Go for it.
So it's a bitter liqueur. It was one of the only legal substances with wormwood when wormwood was banned. And it was actually sold during Prohibition because the government tried it and said it was horrible and that people wouldn't drink it. So they allowed them to sell it door to door. But it's known in Chicago as being like the Chicago handshake is when you meet somebody new, you trick them into taking a shot of Malort because it's just bitter and it coats your mouth. So at the Sazerac house, that used to be the punishment. If you forgot your card or you came in late, you had to do a shot of Malort. So I would always do it with the person who had to do it because they complained. I was like, solidarity. And then I got Stockholm syndrome. So now.
So is it bitter? Is it bitter like Fernet bitter or bitter like Campari bitter?
If you've had what I try to I compare it more to like to Suze. So it's it's not gentian, but it has that same style of bitterness as Suze.
Yeah, it kind of like it wants to be like Campari, but it's not.
It's yeah. I mean, the thing about it is that it doesn't. I think at this point even want to be like Campari.
No.
It's really started to embrace like its kind of its reputation.
Yeah, in fact, a lot of companies will try to convince you to buy it because it's great. Malort does not. If you go, their Instagram is hilarious. It's like
I love their marketing is amazing because they keep telling you like this is shit.
People are just shooting it on pizza.
Who in the chat has had Malort before? And tell us what you think of it. Who in the chat has had that before? I remember Carl sent me a sample also.
Yeah,
it's never something I had to have. And I've been in the business a long time, and he sent me one to try, record yourself drinking it and whatnot. So I recorded it, and I remember thinking like, "Whoa, this is crazy bitter, like metallic almost." It had like a metal kind of vibe going on. But then I made a cocktail out of it, and I was like, "All right, this is actually not bad, man. It's pretty good in a cocktail."
Yeah, I still haven't done. That's why, like, I did the video for Carl. I tasted, and I mean, I had heard all the Malort stories. So I was expecting like to pure like turpentine, but my first sip, I was like that, especially since I like things like Suze and Campari. So I was not maybe there was so much hype over like how horrible this is supposed to be that I actually enjoyed it. Not something sip every day, but I actually I definitely enjoyed it, and I have not yet. But my first thought was exactly because I was comparing it to Suze. My first thought was make a white Negroni with this. I haven't done that, but that makes perfect sense to me.
I made one with barrel aged gin. That was really delicious.
Nice.
Yeah.
So let me
2023 resolution right there is try Malort.
Yeah.
I think you might be
my resolution is find me someone to send me a bigger bottle. Yeah, I need a new Malort mule. I looked like and nowhere in Canada. It's not available anywhere.
I think
Suzanne might be the first person to ever make that resolution.
Maybe.
So all right, guys. So listen, I know it's hard to pinpointing down. There's been so many great ones. We tried so many great ones. But what would you say is one of the best cocktails you've had in 2023? Tell us in the comments. And how about you guys? What is one of the best cocktails you've had this year? And it doesn't necessarily have to be the best tasting, just kind of like the best cocktail experience that you've had this year.
No, if you got one.
I honestly, I'd have to say my Let 'Em Free cocktail was really great. It uses chocolate, but it was so dry and nice, and the whole experience was fun. The competition was a blast. It was like your drunk auntie was judging you. In fact, one of the judges took a sip of it and screamed, "Oh lordy, it's good!" Like belted it.
Oh wow,
like,
really?
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, and it was just one of my favorite cocktails. It had everything I liked: a dry orange zest. It was just fantastic.
Oh, cool.
But-
I have to say, one of my sorry, were you finished? Or?
Oh no, you're good.
Have you made it since for yourself, like to kind of revisit to see? Because sometimes, like my first time having a drink, I'm like, oh my god. Then I have it again just to see if it felt the same. And a lot of times it does, but there are times I'm like, oh, maybe this wasn't as good as I thought.
I get asked a lot at Happy Raptor. People will come in and ask for it.
Oh, okay.
I was able to go on television, which was really cool.
Oh, nice. It was on TV?
Yeah, I was on TV. It was funny because I was with another dude who was like calls himself a mixologist and he was freaking out. He's like, "What if my drink doesn't taste good?" And I could say, "Who gives a fuck? It's TV. They're not gonna."
That's the attitude to have. I mean,
Yeah,
we don't have
take
smell
these
of
too
vision
seriously.
yet.
and yeah, so like sometimes a lot of people come, and every time the drink is just great. I just hate making the white chocolate syrup. Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the
How about
ass.
you, Rob? What are you gonna say?
Well, I'm honestly, mine's less kind of less of a interesting story. I just last year I gotta say, like I've always loved, like I mentioned before, my favorite drink is a mule, and I like to try mules with like every spirit, because vodka just gives it nothing. You're just drinking alcoholic ginger beer. But as soon as you change up in a mule, as soon as you change up the spirit, you add so much complexity to it. And like when I first started doing it, I started getting into like a Kentucky mule with bourbon. Then I just get into smoky mules with Scotch. And in the last year, especially in the summer, I've been into mezcal mules. That was my summer drink. And like, I try it on the channel. I make a whole bunch of like complicated cocktails, but every time I just come back to like, what do I feel like drinking right now? I'm just like, let's make a mezcal mule. And then around Christmas time, Vino made the winter. Was it the winter mule?
Winter mule, yeah.
Yeah. So you had vodka, you had cranberry allspice, which is amazing. It's like a Christmas flavor, and I saw his recipe and I was like, oh, that looks amazing. But I'm like, but wait, what if I swap the vodka for mezcal? So I made a winter mezcal mule, and I think I had about 4 of those during the holidays so far. And
Yeah, it is a great one. I see. So it's funny. So when I made the video, I did vodka, to keep it kind of to the traditional recipe.
Yeah.
But I did and you've got to try this. I did it with Smith and Cross, and it was bananas, dude. Like not even figuratively, but like it was incredible.
Smith and Cross, once again, we are looking for a sponsorship.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Just so you guys know,
we have that on a holster.
We have to mention it at least once in every live stream.
Yeah, we're desperately looking. Vino and I, it's our favorite rum, and we're looking.
Maybe
for
we'll write the Smith and Cross book like this guy's like doing.
I would buy it.
We'll buy Chelsea's book if nobody else does. We'll buy it.
It's better than some like rums I've had that are like in the $80, $90, $100 range, and this thing is like $30. It's wickedly
hard
underpriced.
to find though. Yeah.
Well, Rob, have you guys had this treacle cocktail that Sean had?
Oh,
Treacle.
I have.
What is a treacle?
I don't know. It's Sean's favorite cocktail of the year was a treacle cocktail.
Isn't it like a rum old fashioned with apple juice and maple syrup? I think.
Well, he's a big rig rum guy, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's not.
The treacle #1, is that a thing?
Ooh, Queen's Park Swizzle. That's a great choice.
I love it. That's one.
Oh yeah,
of my
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and now, I introduced him to it. Ha. It's so good.
It's so good. And it's so pretty with like the layers,
pretty
bitters, and the
nice
mint.
layered,
Yeah. So we went
over
the summer.
Sean's a big rum guy. Sean, what is your favorite rum currently? What's your favorite rum currently? Because I think he might be coming from Steve the Barman's channel, if I'm not mistaken.
Sorry, is this what we're talking? Is this we're talking about the treacle? This is treacle #1 from Different.
Yeah, it sounds right.
Oh, that sounds good.
It's got pot still rum. We could use Smith and Cross.
Yeah. Oh no way, nice.
It's almost like a Stone Fence.
Juice.
Stone Fence is rum.
Like the Stone Fence,
is rum.
right?
Yeah, so apples and rum go together well. Over the summer, we went to Asheville, North Carolina, and one of our fellow YouTubers, Johan.
Oh yeah, Johan. You met Johan out there.
We met Johan, and Johan was
awesome.
from Whiskey Sugar Bitters.
Whiskey Sugar Bitters.
He made us something called a Half Nelson, which was a smoked old fashioned. I had to look it up because I was like, I didn't remember everything in it. It was bourbon, maraschino, zucca, sherry, lavender bitters, angostura, and orange bitters. And it was like.
Does he have a video for it?
I don't know. I'll have to ask him. But
that sounds really interesting, and I have Zuka, and I want to use it.
yeah, it was super good. And I mean, I feel like an old fashioned, like, I mean, you guys know this. There's so much you can do with it, but it was just a really lovely, complex variant on an old fashioned. And he's just a super hospitable,
he's a fantastic,
lovely guy.
Yeah. He seems like a really nice guy and a great bartender too.
Yeah,
he just made a video recently, so hopefully that's his kind of comeback.
Hopefully he keeps. He's almost at 1,000.
He hasn't posted in a while, but he posted one recently, and it was a nice. I honestly forget what it was, but it was a good video.
He's almost at 1,000, so hopefully he'll continue. It was the French Martini. The French Martini.
That's right, the French Martini, and he did his own twist on it.
And he did his own version of it. And so, for me, it's interesting because I'm like a big old school classic cocktail guy. I love my stirred, drinks, my spirit forward drinks. But the most fun I had making and researching the cocktail was my coconut willy cocktail. And this is because it's an old school New York tropical cocktail. So it was created here in New York City at the Hawaiian Room back in, I forget what, like the 40s or 50s. I can't remember the year that I'm blanking, but it was like this lost cocktail that's completely disappeared. No one, it's gone. It's on no menu anywhere. And it was created at the Hawaiian Room, and it's kind of like the precursor to the pina colada, except it uses coconut milk instead of coconut cream. And I made it, and researching it was super fun because I'm an old school guy. I like all that old New York City history. And then you make it into coconut and stuff. But it was so good. It was like a pina colada, but not as rich, So it had a little more elegance to it, but it still felt very tropical, and it still felt very summery. And I don't know, I had so much fun recording that, researching that, making that, and I've made a few of them since. I mean, and look, I'm Puerto Rican, so I'm super biased to the pina colada and the coquito and all that stuff. But I gotta tell you, man, I really coconut willy. If the right person ever talks about that drink, it'll take off again. It's super delicious.
That makes me think of the one drink I made in the summer. I found it on Tuxedo Number 2. If you guys if you guys don't know about that website, Tuxedo Number 2, it's kind of like Difford's Guide. They're a lot smaller, but they have a lot of originals, and I love their style of cocktails. So yeah, tuxedono2.com, really good. Anyways, but they made one drink. I believe it's there. I could be wrong. I believe it's their creation, but it might not be. And it was called the Coco No Coco. And essentially,
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, it was okay. Actually, so it wasn't their creation, but it was from a bar in Boston. And what happened was they would do a kind of a pina colada riff. And one day they were opening, and their like cream of coconut went bad, and they didn't have any. But that was like their main drink was that pina colada riff. So they had to come up with something. And so they basically what it is, it's an ounce and a half of an aged Demerara rum. It's got 3/4 ounce of heavy cream, 3/4 ounce of pineapple juice, and 3/4 ounce of orgeat. And the idea is that the orgeat and the heavy cream kind of give you that coconutty flavor without actually being coconut. And I made it, and it's surprisingly, I mean, it's not, you're not going to fool someone into thinking it's a pina colada, but it's similar in flavor, and it was actually quite interesting.
Yeah, well, and also probably with the pineapple, because I think the pineapple, it starts your brain going down the pina colada.
Yeah, your pineapple's like, there's pineapple, there's cream. This must be a pina colada.
It's interesting how certain flavors are just so synonymous with a specific cocktail that in any kind of like use of them is always going to be like, oh, that reminds me of a pina colada, but this, pineapple and coconut are definitely those two flavors. No matter what you add them to, it's going to be like, oh, it's kind of like a pina colada. Was that?
Yeah. When the tourists come to our shop, we serve a painkiller, and people were like, "What's a painkiller?" I'm like, "A bougie pina colada."
Yeah, no, seriously.
I think painkiller is actually better than a pina colada.
Yeah,
if it's made properly. I don't like the original recipe because it's got too much. It's got too much.
Take it easy.
These are fighting words with Vino. I can tell.
Take it easy. We invited you. We can uninvite you too. No?
Okay, all right. I watch myself.
Vino likes his pina colada, but I find if it's made properly, I think the original recipe for the painkiller has way too much pineapple juice and orange juice, and it kills it. So
Mm.
when I make it, I basically cut the pineapple in half. I almost completely remove the orange juice. I find it's useless in there.
Yeah. Well,
I can't stand orange juice in cocktails.
Yeah,
man.
me neither.
you don't like orange juice?
Unless
Well,
it's like a mimosa. That's about the only one where it works.
I think the thing about the pina colada is it doesn't have any acidity to balance it.
No, I get it. I get it. I get it. It's a completely like it's not the perfect cocktail, but it works so well, right? For what it is, you know.
Yeah.
I remember,
it's a guilty pleasure, and sometimes you don't need something.
Of course.
You don't need something super complex.
Especially if you're a non-drinker.
Do you remember Greg from How to Drink? Greg from How to Drink, when he made his like years ago, when he made his first painkiller episode, he's talking about it, and he's like, "Yeah, it's kind of like a pina colada for adults." Then he's like, "Oh wait, well, pina colada is not for children." It's like,
no, but it's true. It's true. It's the pina
but
colada
it's true
is for
though.
someone
It's
that
like,
doesn't drink. If you're
it's
not
a more
drinker,
sophisticated.
pina colada
Yeah,
is perfect for you.
Yeah, like a pina colada, you can hide the rum in there, and the person will never know that they were drinking. You know? But a painkiller with a proper like good rum, you know you're drinking.
You know you're drinking.
And depending on what resort you're on in Puerto Rico, they do hide the rum. Yeah.
I like we have that banana rum, and I love it in a painkiller. It tastes like a banana milkshake. It's so good.
I'd love to try that.
So no, you're in New Orleans, which is a freaking amazing drinking town. What is the most popular cocktail? Would you say the Sazerac or the
Sazerac's the most known, but is it the most popular?
Well, there's the most known, but what do people really order when they're there?
I would say probably the Hurricanes, because people want the big glass.
And it's also it's so hot on New Orleans too, right?
I also find, and this is a little trick in New Orleans, do not go to the Roosevelt for a Sazerac. They charge like $25, and theirs is okay. You could buy a bottle of Sazerac Rye for $27. Just go home and make some. So a lot of people, they'll try the Sazerac and they'll not understand that it's a very spirit forward. Like, so if you don't like whiskey, you're just gonna hate this drink.
Yeah.
So where's the best Sazerac in New Orleans?
There's a couple of places I like. I love this bar. It's called Bar Tonique. It looks like a dive bar. Like you go in, you think you're in Cheers. But they make the best Sazeracs. They make a great gin fizz. Their drinks are pretty cheap. They sell a Sazerac at like $12, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, get me hammered at Bar Tonique, and I will order a round of Sazeracs, whether you like it or not.
Now, how about the Vieux Carré? Is it popular down there? Do you find like people buy
Vieux Carré?
Get out of here.
I will tell you a story. I do whiskey tours.
So I can't speak French. Anything French around Rob.
And the guy asked me, he said, "What's your favorite cocktail?" And this other dude turned around and face got red, like redder than your shirt, cocktail under quarantine. And he screamed, "Vieux Carré is the best cocktail in the world!" And he went on for 15 minutes. I couldn't stop him. Like I was like, "Oh my god!"
Strong
feelings.
feelings.
Not as popular. I'd say a French 75 is up there.
Is the French 75 really popular?
How do you make like in New Orleans if you order the Hurricane? Because this is one of those cocktails that has like 20,000 different recipes for. Like, how would you make
crappy red powder in New Orleans? Right? It's a crappy red powder. It's not real
46.
passion fruit juice. Huh?
So I made a video because I was trying to kill a bottle of Kraken. How I do mine is I do 3 ounces of rum, 2 ounces of passion fruit juice, an ounce of orange juice, half an ounce of lime, 3/4. I use a hibiscus syrup because it adds like a floral note to it, and then half an ounce simple. Shake it up, pour it out. In fact, that's why I can't keep rum in the house because Courtney figured out that recipe and now she makes hurricanes.
No, that sounds delicious. Well, like the hibiscus syrup is almost like the fashionola kind of.
Yeah, it's because it adds another citrus to it and a floral note, so it's not.
That's
just
a great
sugar.
idea. Yeah.
So I actually, sorrel. You know what sorrel is? The Jamaican. It's basically it's just hibiscus. It's just hibiscus. Yeah. So I actually made a Jamaican old fashioned. Also, I have an old fashioned episode coming up, and one of them I made is using your hibiscus.
Iceman is in the house.
Oh,
it's using your hibiscus syrup as my sweetener. So it's called the Irie old fashioned. Irie in Jamaican is like all right. So I'm using both of your syrups in my upcoming old fashioned.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
They're so good. They're perfect, man.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I think I'm
they're great.
I think I'm gonna start using the hibiscus syrup in my hurricanes. It's a great idea. David says when we were in New Orleans, we went to Napoleon House and had a Pim's Cup. Pim's Cup is another fantastic New Orleans cocktail.
Yeah, I was just saying I was just trying to reply to him, but it's
Not a
screwed
big
up. And
fan- not a
I've
big
never
fan
had a
of
Pim's Cup.
Yeah,
What
no,
is
Oh,
a
it's
Pim's
so
Cup?
good. It's
Yeah,
delicious.
What's
You
in
gotta
it?
get
Run
one.
me through it because I've
Pim's.
never had
It's
it.
Pim's #1, and then like
Champagne?
traditionally, help me out, no, it's like lemon lime soda, and then garnish the hell out of it with like
Yeah, I've
orange
noticed it's got like a
slices
whole
and
like a garden
like
salad.
cucumber,
yeah,
celery, a bunch
grapes
of
and
stuff.
cucumber and lemon and lime. Am I right here, Noam? What do you think?
And,
Yeah,
and
I like
Pim's
to use,
number
I like
one.
to use ginger
Sure.
beer. Ginger
And
beer
Pim's,
instead.
I've
But
never
I
had
think
Pim's
lemon
number one.
lime
It's
soda is
available here. I can
traditional.
get it. I've just never picked it up.
Oh, so
What is
The
get it.
problem
You
is
like
you're
it in the
not gonna use it.
summer.
You're not gonna use it in anything else.
Exactly. That's why I've never picked it up.
So
Yeah.
you can use ginger ale, ginger
I'll let
beer.
it in a cup. Yeah.
Well, you like a mule, so you'll like a Pim's Cup. It's kind of
Yeah,
you make it like a
it's-
mule.
Yeah, make it like a mule in the summer.
I guess. Yeah. I'll give it a try.
Um,
I'll pick up a bottle at
But
some
yeah,
point.
no, Napoleon House is awesome. I think I uncover a secret government plot because when I go drinking in New Orleans, I like blink and then I'm drinking Sazeracs at the Napoleon House for some reason.
At
so I go
Napoleon
there.
House. Napoleon
Yeah.
House is great.
Latitude 29 is really good. But I will tell you, Latitude, you either get an amazing drink, like their painkiller is probably the best in the world. They use like they use some kind of nut syrup instead of just coconut cream. That's really good. I want to say pistachios, but I'm not 100%. So they have a great drink or they have the worst drink I've ever tasted. Like there's no in between at Latitude.
Now, Suzanne, you said you're in North Carolina, right? Am I correct?
Yeah, in Durham.
Yeah, Durham. So, what's like your favorite spot out there to drink?
Oh, we've got a lot of good bars.
I mean, it's a big
Probably-
city. I know it's a really cool city.
Crunkleton. Crunkleton is a nationally regarded bar. So it was written up. You know the book. Do you know the book Last Call?
I've seen it. I've never read it, but I've seen it.
Yeah, it's a great book. So Crunkleton was featured in Last Call. That's an excellent bar. That's in Chapel Hill. And then Alley 26 and Bar Virgile in Durham are both considered really good. But I don't know about other parts of the country, but I feel like in the South, Gnomes, I don't know if you can talk to this. I feel like I love rum, but I feel like bourbon is just like people in the South can't get enough of their bourbon.
Yeah,
it's so dominant
sense.
here.
It makes sense. It's Kentucky, it's their thing,
Yeah. You go to the liquor store and there's like a little rum and then there's like aisles and aisles of bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bourbon people worse.
Yeah, I mean, you probably got to go down to Florida to start seeing the rum numbers jump up.
Yeah.
I've since I've been on TikTok, I've been introduced to there's a huge community of bourbon TikTok. And yeah, those people are they're vicious. Some of them like fight. It's insane.
Yeah,
do we have a good bar
the mint julep? The mint julep's a big deal. No good bars in Ottawa.
Fantastic. No, just Peter's asking. He's also from Ottawa as well. You know what? I don't have one that stands out. I mean, if Peter, have you been to on Spark Street? There's the I don't even know what it's called. There's a good cocktail bar there. The Riviera, and they make very good cocktails. The Chateau Laurier is one of the big hotels in Ottawa. There's a bar in there. Forget what it's called. Zoe's Lounge. They make good cocktails there. That's where they have one. They have one where I made it on my channel 2 years ago. It's kind of a blend between an old fashioned and a sour. So they're old fashioned, but they put a little bit of lemon in it, but they bring it to you in a smoke box. Like this big box. They bring it to your table and they open it, and it's just like the smoke kind of whiffs out, and then you pull out the drink. It's pretty damn good. It's like friggin' $20. It doesn't have to be that expensive, but it's pretty epic.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with bourbon. It's just
old fashioned ways is here.
Yeah.
No, I like bourbon. What I find hilarious is
bourbon
just bourbon people. And when like you ask them
what do you mean, you people?
You people, yeah. No, but it's like you ask them what their favorite spirit is, like bourbon. I'm like, you mean whiskey? No, I mean bourbon. Bourbon is whiskey. No, bourbon. It's
it's like Italians who like, if they're from Sicily, they're like, what do you? They'll say they're not from Italy. They'll say they'll say they're not Italian or whatever. They'll say they're from Sicily.
And I mean, you could say Scotch people are the same way,
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's all whiskey. Whiskey is my favorite spirit. and I think we talked about this before in a previous live, but like I tend to encompass all whiskeys in that.
You know what the
not
difference
just
is,
one.
man? And let me tell you something. Like having worked in the business so long, the difference between rum drinkers and wine drink and whiskey drinkers is rum drinkers. They might have their favorite rum, but they're really eager to try other styles of rum.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I want to try that country, that island. Whiskey people are like, no, I only drink this particular style of whiskey, which is bourbon, Scotch, Irish whiskey, and they're like, I don't like anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some, look, it's because they drink it neat most of the time. I think that has a lot to do with it because it's so, they're very distinct. Scotch is not bourbon, bourbon is not rye.
Yeah.
So I think, with rum, you are mixing it often. Maybe not the really nice stuff, but you are mixing it often. So I think it's not as big a deal. And I think it's really fun to try stuff from different islands and different places to see what kind of weird or nuanced things they do. Whiskey's too expensive. It's super sophisticated. It's just, I can see why whiskey drinkers are like that.
I just think whiskey drinkers too, sometimes they look at that price tag and that rarity, and they like read an article. So I worked at Sazerac House and Eagle Rare. I used to drag bourbon people to it, and I was like, buy Eagle Rare. It's good bourbon. You're going to love it. And they'd be like, no, I want E.H. Taylor. I want Pappy. Now, every day I go to work, within every 30 minutes, someone is complaining that they can't get Eagle Rare anymore because somebody wrote an article said it was good. And now, like, my Eagle Rare bottle I got for $35 is now worth like $100.
Yeah. It's amazing, like how you'll see that happen though with a brand, especially with whiskey, man. Like, I remember when it happened with Eagle Rare. I remember drinking that and no one even knew what it was. Angel's Envy, same exact thing. Like you'll see like these brands come out, and all of a sudden, like no one knows about it for a while, and then they blow up so huge.
This brand,
you can't find it.
This brand went crazy on TikTok. Their marketing team on TikTok just went crazy, and it's just a small. I don't know, where is it from. I have no idea, but it's Penelope Bourbon. They on TikTok, they just went absolutely crazy. Every bourbon TikTok person was like showing off their bottles. And then I was like, there's no chance I'm getting that in Canada. But the Alberta place that I can order from, they randomly had a bunch of them. Most of it was out of stock, but I managed to swipe the cask strength, and it's pretty decent. It's a bourbon, but it's got corn, rye, wheat, and malted barley on top of the corn. So pretty interesting.
There you go.
All right. Well, speaking of bottles, what would you guys say is the best new bottle you bought this year? Something that you've never had before that you purchased this year that you're like, holy shit, this is so good. How about you guys in the
Smith and Cross
also? And, that's 20. Is that 20? That's 21 for us, I think, Rob. Right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. What is the best bottle you bought this year that you really love? You really like it?
Here's mine.
I'm assuming that's a high-end Scotch.
Longmorn 16. It's a Speyside Scotch. I've been hunting this one for like 5 years, and I finally. Not that it's super rare or super expensive, but I guess it's more rare than expensive. It just was always never around. It was out of stock, then it was like delisted completely, and then I was like, oh. But yeah, it's a very, very nice Speyside Scotch. I like Isla Scotches are my favorite. Those are the smoky ones. Speyside is more on the fruity side, but this one is really, really good. And I just love the purple box that comes with it.
Yeah.
How about you, Noam?
I really like Barra Stad Cognac XO. Oh, so good. Worth the money.
Yeah.
But on that note, I will see you guys later. My family, as you've noticed, have come in the room a bunch, and they're demanding drinks. So,
well, brother, thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks for joining us.
And send our best
always tip that bartender.
Cheers. I'll be making a Malort spritz in your honor in just a little
bit.
Remember, guys, make sure you check out Noam's channel. After
Noam's Tavern.
Noam's Tavern.
Bye, Noam.
I'll put the link in the chat.
Yeah,
cheers.
Cool.
It wants me.
Cheers. Happy New Year. So David just came and handed me 2 bottles. Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. I don't know if you guys had that.
I still haven't picked it up. It's available here and it's on my list, but
it's really good. You'll like it, Rob. And then
Yeah,
the other one was
definitely.
I think you guys know this one is Ancho Reyes
Oh, the
Verde.
Ancho Reyes? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the
been really,
Verde?
really
I
good.
just got the I randomly found the red one, the regular Ancho Reyes recently, just like about a month ago at my local liquor store. And then the Verde became available in one of the stores in Alberta that we were able to order from. So me and a bunch of local people get together. We always do like these big giant orders so we all can split the shipping. And they had the Verde. I haven't cracked it open yet, but I'm gonna want to do. I'm gonna want to try to do like a comparison between the red and the green.
Yeah, I think Alchemix Bar did a comparison.
I think he did that at one point.
And that was good. I like the red with like the white spirits like tequila or gin, and I like the Ancho with like bourbon.
Interesting.
Rum. Yeah.
For me, it's about. It's not. It's actually about what I didn't buy. It was sent to me. It was as a gift by Matt, our local subscriber. He Iceman and Coke, whatever. So, yeah. So he sent me this bottle of Resurgent. I'm showing the light. It's a local bourbon from his area in Pennsylvania. It's 100 proof. It's 50% ABV. It's so good, man. For like a local like Pennsylvania bourbon, I love bourbon. It's my favorite spirit, and I was super surprised about how good it is. And what's great about it is like it's really good, but it's it's not the kind of thing you will feel bad about mixing into a cocktail, like really kind of enhancing the cocktail. So yeah, that's been my favorite purchase of or bottle of the year. Really enjoy that one.
Looks like we've got someone that's going to try and join us.
Yeah, Old
Fashioned
Ways. You can join anytime. I sent you the link in our Discord. Yeah, let me know if it's working or not. You should just be able to click it, and whatever device you're on should connect.
You should be able to just log right in.
Yeah, I think Rob, you were asking what one of the best things about this year. I think you reached out to me earlier in 2022, and you said we've got this great YouTube Discord community, and you invited me to join, and it's been, I think that's been one of my highlights of the years. Everybody's been so lovely and so supportive and great to learn from, and it is a really wonderful community.
It's amazing. I mean, Vino and I have talked about this to a great extent. I've been part of a lot of I've had other YouTube channels in other niches, and I've been part of other communities like I've been in martial arts a big part of my life, and every industry I find is very competitive, and there's a lot of like bad blood and things like that. And for some reason, this niche, maybe because we're all drinking, but everyone's even though we're like all our channels are in competition, we're all just very nice and friendly and eager to help each other out and to collaborate and stuff like that. And it's a lot of fun. And I think we got Doc from Old Fashioned Ways here coming in, and
hey, Doc.
Hey, Doc.
How's it going?
How's it going?
So this is
I'm
Doc from Old Fashioned
Texas,
Ways.
South Texas. Where's everybody at?
And we have Riley from Alchemix Bar joining us as well. Let's get Riley in there.
Riley.
Hello.
Hey, Riley.
Hello. How's it going?
Good. How are you guys?
We're good. We're good. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I think everyone is well framed now. I had to go to a different style, but
so just really quickly, guys, we have Doc from Old Fashioned Ways. We have Riley from Alchemix Bar, which I'm sure you guys are familiar with. And so thank you for joining us. And what are you guys drinking tonight? Everybody, and you guys started yet? Riley, you're just coming from work probably, right? So you haven't even probably begun.
I whipped myself up an old fashioned real quick.
There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Riley's always ready.
He's always ready. How about old fashioned? How about you, Old Fashioned Ways? What do you got?
I haven't even started yet. I need to grab some. I grab a few bottles today, so I might grab one.
I love the Vader on your bar there. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Doc, it's always good to see a fellow
I did grab a
Texan.
bottle of the Redfoot Empire, so try it.
Red Empire? Huh. I don't know that one.
Yeah, the Redwood, it's really good. I just got it today and tried it a little bit earlier, but I really like it. So
nice.
So Riley, will you be joining Carl today at the bar and sitting by and watching him make some cocktails or what?
Absolutely not. It's been a madhouse all week, and you could get me to go there if you paid me.
Yeah, you're done, huh? You're done. Will he be working through the midnight?
Yeah, they're open until 2. So he'll be.
Okay.
So he went in at 11 o'clock this morning, and he'll be there till probably 4.
Woo!
Wow.
Oof,
That's
I do
hard.
not
That's hard
miss those days, boy.
I gotta say,
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things I am not a bartender, and through this community I've had the pleasure and honor of meeting a lot of bartenders, and they are hardworking people. That is a hard job.
Hella hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Carl is, how long was he out before he started bartending regularly? Because during COVID, that was a long period.
It was probably about 7 or 8 months before he started picking back up again. He was bartending during COVID, but it was at a brewery, so they were just like giving out free beer essentially.
Yeah, but now he's at a hotel or something, I think, right?
Yes, the Hotel Julian here in Dubuque, Iowa. Excuse you, sorry, Pat. No.
Which cat is that?
The little one who's not little anymore. If she comes back, I'll grab her.
Yeah, I think we need a kitty cameo.
Kitty cam.
Kitty
Yeah,
cat.
I've got 3 cats, and they never come down to the desk here.
I see your dog. I see Odin, right?
I
Yeah,
put
Odin's
him in the
the celeb.
videos. I filmed
Odin's
him,
the
I put him in the
mascot.
video. Yeah, Odin's the mascot. He's in a lot of videos, but I have 3 cats, and like they never come down. There's a litter box over there. Every now and then they come in and use that, but they don't come near me to make an appearance.
Rob, you got a full house between the dog, the cats, the kids.
Yeah, we got 2 kids, 3rd on the way. Got 3 cats, big giant dog. So which is why we're looking to move next year, because we're running out of space in this house.
Hey, so Doc, what are you sipping there, Doc? I just saw you put something to your raise
Nobody
glass
wants the
there.
bottle you got?
Today, the Redwood Empire. It's really good.
Redwood Empire.
It's a
Nice.
cash
Is that a bourbon?
version of it. Super excited about it. Yeah, it's
Nice.
a bourbon. Well, it's actually
So Doc, how
Nice.
many
I like
bottles?
the
How
label.
many bottles
A
of
bourbon
whiskey
right
would you
mix.
say you have right now?
Ooh, that's a tough question. And if my wife's watching, I won't say that.
Doc, are you
So
in San Antonio?
But pretty much everything behind me in South.
Nope.
South
We've
Texas,
got
I'm in
Jess from Savage Kitchen joining us now.
Oh,
Yay!
we got
Hey,
What's up,
Jess.
guys?
What a full
We're almost
house
a
here.
Brady bunch, guys. We're almost a Brady bunch.
Just
Yeah.
3 more.
So,
I've got you on my phone here, TV.
all right, nice.
Jess,
So
you're in
Jess,
Arizona, right?
has the festivities begun yet? 'Cause you guys are like 2 hours ahead of most of us, I think.
Yeah, who?
Oh my
has anyone
god,
ever-
it's like
has anyone
Beirut
gone
in my
to the-
neighborhood.
It's what? What'd you say?
It's like Beirut in my neighborhood. The fireworks going off, and it's early out here. It's a little bonkers, but yes, I'm
Well,
starting.
we've got
to-
all different time zones actually, because Doc is what? Doc, you're central, right, Doc?
Yeah, I'm Central, so 9.
And Riley, you too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So we got East, West, Central. Oh, you're Pacific, right? Jess.
You're mountain.
I'm on mountain right now. Arizona.
you mountain?
State that doesn't change. So
Ah.
yeah, I'm on mountain.
You don't do daylight savings.
Nope,
That's smart.
Really? That's interesting.
it's glorious. I love it.
You know, it used to
So what
annoy
are we
me more
cheering
as a kid. So was that?
What are we cheersing with? What's everybody drinking?
Well, I'm about to make Gnome left. I was gonna ask Gnome to guide me through this, but I'm gonna make a Malort spritz. I'm actually Riley. I'm using the rest of the bottle that you guys sent because that's all I have. But what else am I putting in it? I've got a bottle of champagne open, and I've got some Malort. Is there anything else that would go in this, or just
No.
Malort in this?
No, because nothing goes with more.
Pretty much.
You
So
just accept
we're
the
going. There's about 1.5 ounces left in there, so I'm going with let me get in front of the camera here. We're gonna do 1.5 ounces of Malort, or the rest of this little bottle, and
You're
then I
gonna be
guess we're just
drinking
gonna
that
top it
all
with
night.
champagne. I guess we're just
It's like a
topping with
Malort
champagne.
spritz.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
And here we go. And the rest, what's everyone else drinking? I know Doc's got his bourbon going.
Riley
Riley
a
has
little
an
Johnny
old-fashioned.
Walker Blue to celebrate the new year.
Nice.
Vino, I see you're done the coquito. What are you on to now?
Yeah, Johnny Walker Blue.
Johnny Walker Blue. He's doing the blue. Whipped out the blue for tonight.
When the ladies are in the house, I gotta impress,
There we go. All right. Well, cheers, everyone.
Cheers, everyone. Happy New Year, guys.
Cheers. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you guys.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Well, Rob, Vino, thank you so much for inviting me. Doc, Riley, and Jessica, so nice to meet you. I better boogie, but thank you for having me, and happy and safe New Year to everybody.
Likewise. Thank you,
Happy New Year.
Bye, guys.
Happy New Year.
To meet you, I better.
So it starts off very champagne, and then the Malort hits. And it's not bad. I don't mind. I really don't mind Malort.
I still have
So Jessica,
that bottle.
I feel like that's the first true test of a psychopath.
Do you like this? Yeah. Would you?
So guys,
kill
I'm asking
for a
everybody,
bottle?
what's
Sure.
the best? What's one of the best cocktails you've had this year? It doesn't have to be the best one, but maybe it's like the best cocktail experience you've had this year. How about you, Riley?
Honestly, I helped Carl make a s'mores old fashioned, and he essentially fat washed the bourbon with marshmallow fluff.
What?
And then he made a toasted marshmallow syrup and used mole bitters for the chocolate component. It's phenomenal.
That was on the show?
That sounds fantastic.
I know it's on his menu at the hotel bar.
Oh, well,
Oh my God, that sounds amazing.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, we'll have to make it soon-ish.
Yeah, before it's no longer s'mores weather, but that sounds crazy good.
It's always s'mores weather.
Maybe where you are.
That is true.
That's
How
right.
about you, Jess?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I can't, but of my own cocktails, my favorite definitely is the white chocolate orange. That is, and I've been on quite the Boulevardier kick. There's a restaurant my best friend and I go to all the time, and they do a barrel-aged Boulevardier all instead of Campari, and they use, I think they actually throws the Montenegro, and it is fantastic.
Wait, so it's a split between Aperol and Montenegro? That sounds really good.
It's really good, and
So-
it's inspired me. I think one of my projects for 20, get a couple of the little personal sized barrels and do some barrel aged cocktails.
Yeah, I used to barrel age a lot back in the days. I haven't done it in a long time.
I gotta get myself one of those little barrels.
You can
Barrel
get them
aged
at
cocktails.
Yeah, they look like
Where?
TJ Maxx. I don't know if you
I think
got
Uncle
that, but
Pete does that all the time.
yeah, Carl got himself one for Christmas because we were at TJ Maxx and he bought himself the present I was gonna buy him. So
But you can get them like on Amazon.ka or CA, whatever you guys have.
right.
How about you, Doc? What's the best cocktail you've had? I'm sure it's some sort of old fashioned, huh?
It's funny that there's two different old fashions I've had this year. A very good old fashioned. I can't remember the name of the place. It was a really, really small place at a hotel where you kind of turn a corner and walk in, and it doesn't seem like much. But they actually had it called, and it actually had lanterns in it, which I thought, why are we putting lanterns in that one?
That's an interesting choice for a old fashioned. I mean, it's great, but yeah.
Here's Mr. Bear. What do
I've
you
been wanting
drink?
to try this year. That's definitely something I want to try.
What's
this
that?
year doing?
Which one?
It's a barrel age anything. I've seen Uncle Pete do that a few times or something.
Yeah, Andrew
It's
from
on
Angry
my list
Cocktails has done
of
that a
things
few
to try.
times too.
Yeah, it definitely seems like something you guys in Alchemix and Jess would do anyway, because it's right up your alley to do something like that. You know, I mean, I've done it with like because I used to be so big into the wine thing, so I used to always I'd empty a bottle of wine into it and let it, obviously soak up all the tannins, and then I would put the cocktail in it, and it would be so dope, so dope. I did it mostly with Manhattans because I thought that because you use vermouth already, so I really enhanced the vermouth flavor profiles. But depending on the wine I used, I could really add some really nice nuanced flavors to it. Man, it was the best.
How small can you get those barrels? Because that's my
The
main
one I
issue.
have is
remember
I
seeing
have one here. I haven't used it. It's pretty small. It's like about this
And
big.
do you know what the capacity is?
Shoot, I don't know, but I can show you compared to a bottle.
Yeah.
I
Because
saw
I mean,
were
I've
3
seen one, but it
liters.
was like it was the size of like, oh, that's pretty small. Yeah, because I saw one that was like the size of like three
Yeah, so
three
this is
bot
a,
three
this is a
bottles.
750 right here, Rob.
Yeah,
See? So
it's
not much
probably
bigger.
fairly similar, like inside. Like
Yours
probably
looks pretty. Oh no. Riley's is probably about the same.
This says
It
it
looks
holds
pretty
800 mils.
300 mils,
300.
800.
800. That's the case. That's basically basically a bottle. That's pretty perfect.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna have to get one of those. And it's
Yeah.
is it like the inside or whatever is pre like charred?
No,
and
so you
everything?
have to. What I do is I always put water in it first to kind of help expand it.
Yeah.
And then once it gets expanded, you put the water out, and then you can age. You can put something else in it to age. Some people don't add anything else; they'll just go right for the cocktail or the booze.
Mhm.
But I like to add the flavor of something else in there as well. Or it's just going to be very, very woody.
Right.
You know, this is good. I like the Malort Spritz.
Brits, really?
It could. I like it. I honestly like the bitterness of but it could use some sort of like fruity element, like a raspberry liqueur, just to
Some
kind of
citrus?
accentuate it. What's that?
I wouldn't put citrus
Citrus?
with Malort. Raspberry.
Not citrus, but like a Chambord, like just like a half an ounce of Chambord would give it a little extra.
Cherry.
Yeah, or some cherry brandy or something. But
So
no,
has
it's not bad.
anybody tried, speaking of bitter and champagne, Death in the Afternoon?
No.
Try Anders Ericsson's version, much better. So Anders does because the original version is just absinthe and champagne.
Absinthe.
Yeah, Anders does
Real bad.
absinthe, like 1 ounce of absinthe, and then just a quarter ounce of lemon juice, quarter ounce of simple syrup, and then champagne, and just that little bit of citrus and sugar mellows everything out.
I'm
I mean, it's still
sure.
very absinthe forward. Like I'm not a big fan of licorice, but that wasn't bad. I did it last year for my champagne cocktails episode, and it wasn't bad. So definitely try it with that. But on it, if it's just absinthe and champagne, like blah. No.
Oh,
Not
it's
for me.
so bad. It makes in the park. Like, oh, so bad.
So I was
Straight
asking everybody. I was asking everybody also before you got on. What's your favorite bottle that you picked up this year? Now I know you guys alchemists pick up 500 bottles like a week, so it's probably hard for you guys to pick. How many bottles do you think you have, Riley? Would you say close to 500 to 1,000?
No, we're probably
We're
probably 250 to 300 at this point.
It seems like so much.
I counted. I'm about at the 250 range, and I feel like you guys have more.
That's what I'm saying. There's no way. I'm over 100.
I've seen your floor too.
Last time I counted this one,
Floors
the thing is we drain them. So like,
yeah.
How many bottles have we been through? Probably 1,000. But
I see.
they're gone now.
That makes sense. Because when you guys buy these like multiple like versions of a brand, like that's a huge. First of all, that's a huge commitment to have like 6 versions of the same thing, and then to have to figure out how to use that shit.
Yeah, when you guys did that,
you guys aren't necessarily a cocktail channel anymore. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like you make one cocktail for the spirits. You know what I'm saying? Like you share different ones. But it's not like you're making weekly cocktails. You can start thinking, well, I want to use this or use that, you know?
I'm not going to say anything because I'm pretty sure Carl teased something, but...
All right. No, he hasn't.
Did he tease something?
He teased the podcast.
He did on Facebook and Instagram, but...
The podcast?
No, that's also a thing that we're doing.
What tease? I don't know. Tease.
No, he wants to go back to 2 videos weekly. So
yes, he said that. He said that outright. Yes.
So it'll be a recipe video and then a comparison video.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
Yes. You heard it here first.
or second-ish. Sure.
You heard it here first, folks.
How about you, Jess?
He didn't actually say what it was. He just said we had exciting things coming up.
Oh,
so.
Okay. Maybe
that
he
is
mentioned
exciting.
No, you know what? I'm sorry. He told me. He DM'd me about it. Okay. That's why it sounds familiar. Okay. Jess, what do you think is Riley, you never answered the question. What's something you picked up this year you really love?
Oh man, we've done like 8 holes this year. Because every time we go to a major city, we pick up at least a case.
When you went to Mexico, you guys brought a bunch of stuff.
You guys
Yeah.
brought lots of from Mexico.
Mhm.
No, we only brought back 2 bottles from Mexico because they only let you bring back 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you're walking across the border, theoretically we probably could have like shipped it to ourselves, but this tequila Ragosa Añejo is phenomenal. We got the
I'm
milk.
so jealous of your tequila like selection. Actually, I'm more jealous about Uncle Pete's tequila. Remember that video? He went to that store. There was like a store that specialized in tequila and mezcal.
Mhm.
I was like that whole video. My jaw was just dropped and was like, "Oh my god, I must find this store." That's insane. Oh boy, we have like 12 tequilas here in Canada.
Have you warmed up to tequila yet?
Nope.
No.
I like an añejo, a reposado even. I just am not a huge fan of general mezcal. I don't hate them, but I never gravitate
Crave them.
I am such a whiskey drinker.
Exactly
Love
like
mezcal.
you. Exactly like you. I just, I appreciate them if I get in a good cocktail or whatever. But I would never say I'm gonna make a tequila cocktail today for myself. My wife loves
the availability thing, like because you're so close to Mexico and having been to visit you, I know that tequila is everywhere and good tequila is everywhere.
Which you would think she'd be a huge tequila fan, right? On top of that.
Or you burn yourself out of it.
Yeah.
Like you drink enough that you just don't want to drink it anymore.
Well, and there are so many bars here that specialize just in tequila. And it's funny, there's a lot of tequila cocktails I do enjoy, but more often than not, a cocktail, it kind of just leaves me like, nah, like it reinforces that it's just a favorite. Yeah.
Now, Doc, you're in Texas. I mean, you must have so much tequila access.
It's funny that we didn't have anything like that here. And when I go to Total Wine anywhere else, huge and all that, here the tequila section is the biggest part here. It's like in the, so I'm not a tequila person. I don't drink a lot of tequila. My mother-in-law loves it, so I'm not much of a tequila person. I think like you said, I burned out with drinking anymore. If I do, I'll drink like 1942 of a bottle of that. Other than that, I'm not much into this tequila scene anymore.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this last during the Christmas live, where like what your kind of your journey into different spirits are. And for me, obviously I started with whiskey and got into scotch and then bourbon and rye, obviously, because I'm in Canada and we make like 90% rye. Then I, in the last 2 years got really into rum, mainly because of this community. And then as my third kind of journey into spirits, I've really started enjoying tequilas. And like I don't have a great selection here in Canada, but from what I'm able to get, I found some good tequilas, and I especially love mezcal, mainly because I'm a Scotch guy. So mezcal being on the smokier side, I absolutely love it.
It's a very intuitive leap from one to the other.
Exactly, yeah. And I remember I made a a penicillin for a cousin of mine who had not. She had been to Mexico, so she had tequilas and mezcals, but she's not big into whiskey. And I made her a penicillin and I used a Lagavulin in it. And her first impression was like, "Oh my god, this tastes like mezcal." And it was like it's because of that smoke was so familiar to her, And but yeah, so the one spirit I just can't seem to get into is gin. I've got some gins and enough to I like gin. I like gin cocktails, but I haven't really gone into the different gins and be like, well, I like this one, I don't like this one. I'm just like, meh, whatever. I'm like a Tom Collins. I really don't care what kind of gin you put in it. It'll taste good. The one I don't like is the
gin
Empress.
has so many different flavor profiles. It's not very. It's not one style of gin.
I know.
All.
That's the thing. It's there's so many. There's so many profiles, but it seems like I just don't care. I just when in a cocktail, I'm just like, it's gin. Yes,
Yeah. I
one
think
might
if
be
you, I
more
think if
floral,
you're
one
like
might
a
be more
martini, if
citrus.
you're a martini lover or something like that, gin would
Yeah.
be something you probably take a lot more seriously.
I don't
Yeah,
mind a martini.
my
But
go-to is a gimlet, and
Yeah, you love the
yeah,
gimlet.
you love the gimlet. Eh?
it's so
No,
simple,
gimlet.
but like every gin makes it so different.
What's
Right.
your go-to gin then for a gimlet?
It's Castle and Key Distillery out of Kentucky.
Mm.
It's their Roots of Ruin gin. It's phenomenal.
Nice.
Where most gins have a like a juniper forward presence, this one is
Mhm.
more rosemary.
Oh, rosemary, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it plays with the lime. It's great. But that Bar Hill Tomcat Reserve with the honey oak aged.
Don't get Vino started on that one.
That's my.
He's got it
I
right
love
there, ready to
I
go.
love this stuff, man. Love it, and I got to thank
gotta get a
Confidence
bottle of
Bar for
that.
this. They told me about it.
They have it at Total Wine. I've seen it in Arizona.
It was available. It was I held it in my hands.
You didn't
at,
you didn't take it?
It was $90.
Wow.
Worth every penny.
Yeah,
I don't
I was
care.
gonna say, what a discount.
I've never spent that much on
What
a gin,
great
and I wasn't ready
price,
to.
dude.
I mean, I paid $50 for it, American. So I mean, I feel like that's a decent.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah,
the same
yeah.
amount.
I think I get it for I Total Wine over here for 40 bucks probably, but I would totally
I
pay
don't know.
50 bucks for it.
If I see
I
it
would
again, I'll
pay
probably
90.
get it. But it was just like, oh my god,
Rob,
this seems so expensive for a gin.
I mean, look, if you're as a whiskey drinker, it's the whiskey drinker's gin, because that
Yeah.
smokiness from the and the oakiness,
Yeah.
and then the honey really adds. It's just
barrel-aged.
really.
If I see it again,
Right?
I'll probably pull the trigger. But it was
What's
just
that,
like,
Jess?
I was there and I was like,
Jess, did you say something?
Yeah, it's barrel aged, right? That Tom.
It's
Yeah.
barrel
Yeah.
aged. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got there's a local barrel aged gin from a local Kinsip distillery. I have their Old Tom gin, but they also make a barrel aged.
It's the
And
barrel aged, but it's also the honey infusion.
Yeah, it's sweetened.
Right.
It just adds a little something
And-
extra.
And they add
I've got
juniper as well.
here. It's right. So Kinsip Distillery. It's a local distillery here, and they make it's Old Tom gin. Look at that color.
Mhm.
They put sumac in it,
Yeah.
and that's what gives it that red color. And it's amazing. It's sweetened because it's an Old Tom style.
Love
And
sumac.
it's so good. But they also have a this is the Old Tom. They also have a barrel aged. I haven't picked that one up yet, but that one's only $40. So I'm gonna try that one first before I
one
go to
have,
the Tomcat.
Citrus notes.
Sorry.
Does that one the citrus notes from the sumac? What does the sumac do
Let's try it out.
to it? I'm super curious.
It does. Yeah, it definitely gives it something.
Because as a spice, like I actually love cooking with ground favorite seasonings. I'm super
It's
curious about that.
It definitely has a citrus
gin.
note to it. Obviously juniper and citrus, and then it's hard to pinpoint. I mean, you kind of get the sumac. I mean, I haven't used sumac a lot in cooking. I know it's used a lot of Mediterranean cooking, but yeah, it's really good. It's so freaking good. And apparently, it's just because they wanted to make an Old Tom gin, and this is from Perth, Ontario, and I guess they grow a lot of sumac there, and so they just had it locally. So like, let's throw it in a gin and see what happens.
Awesome.
So Jess, let me ask you, in your YouTube journey, in your drinking journey, what's been the one spirit that has real, like, I guess, like, you love bourbon, you're not a big fan of tequila.
Yeah.
What's the one spirit that you like? No. Oh my god, I like this.
Probably gin, actually. Like
Gin.
before with gin was tenuous at best. Like I would never gravitate towards gin. I didn't really gin, but in starting the YouTube channel and experimenting with gin and just learning about the array of flavor profiles, that is something in particular I love about incredibly different so many are, and I really like that about gin and explore gin drinks that I really like. Whereas before, I always just sort of shied away because in my mind, before gin, I'm not a huge juniper fan. So like Riley, what you were saying before about that bottle being smooth, I'm like, ooh, I should try that. Like I might enjoy that a little bit more. So gin's for me, that's been the biggest revelation, and I've been enjoying sort of going down that path of.
I picked the bottle up because it's so pretty. Like, look at
That is
That is
pretty.
I
nice.
like the label.
And it's got it's heavy. The cork is metal and massive.
Ooh.
Oh, cool.
I love massive corks.
Yeah, I did too. I did fun.
You would do
Don't we all?
damage if you threw this.
I mean,
so I picked it up
I
because the bottle was pretty, and it's just so good.
I recently got the Trader Vic's macadamia, and I just love
Oh,
that cork. Look at
That's
that
one of my
freaking cork.
favorites.
That is like one
Yeah.
of Jess's biggest promotional
Is
items.
I love
Oh my god.
that.
Yeah, we were talking about it and before the last live, and I just received it like a week ago, and holy, like right away,
It's
my
amazing,
first
isn't
impression
it?
was like it's like amaretto, but like cranked up to a million. Like
But
it's
better.
toasty,
Yeah.
it's nutty, it's oh my god, it's so good.
Hey,
Now
Doc,
I gotta try to
hey,
find a way to
Macadamia
recreate it.
nuts.
Yeah.
hey, Doc, now I know you're obviously a big whiskey guy. Do you explore a little outside of that? Is there a particular spirit that you like outside of whiskey?
Yeah, I mean, I was more of a kind of a beer guy. I like beer a lot more. So I didn't kind of explore more, try more, do more with other, beer. So if you guys have stuff that you want me to try, let me know, and I'll go find a bottle of it and try it out.
There you go.
Oh,
We
well,
got,
we've got stuff
and
we
the
can
home-
recommend. That's for sure. That's
The
a lot.
home bartender Ann is going to be joining us soon. She's just trying to kick her family out of the kitchen so she can set up her camera.
And Riley, I got to ask you because I mean, obviously, Carl was the bartender. You met him as a bartender. You were not. Were you drinking like seriously cocktails at that when you met him, or is this something that you really got into obviously with him?
No,
The channel.
I was a beer drinker. I turned 21 when I was studying abroad in the UK. So
Okay.
I didn't drink when I was younger, really,
Mm-hmm.
other than like bullshit UV blue and lemonades mixed in college dorms.
Spoons.
But then I learned how to drink with Guinness proper and came back and I was like, oh, well, shit, Guinness doesn't taste good here. So I started drinking beer and I got into beer, really into beer. And that's kind of how Carl and I connected. And then his pickup line was something along the lines of, I make a martini that tastes exactly like a Bloody Mary, but it's got no tomato juice in it. And I was like, sign me up.
Smooth.
Yeah. And the rest is rock and roll history, I guess.
So what was
what do
the
you think
spirit that
about, like,
obviously
doing half
you love gin,
and
but
half?
what's a bourbon? I mean, what's a spirit that you love now besides gin? Or did you I guess what's a spirit you didn't think you'd love as much as you do now?
Rum. I had only exclusively drank like Malibu and Bacardi, and every time I drank rum, it made me cry. So I didn't think I would like it.
And
My sister and I both have this issue where if we drink cheap rum, the night, it doesn't matter how many drinks we have, how many of them are rum.
Nope.
Just if we drink cheap rum, we cry at the end of the night. So
we got,
all right,
we
guys.
got,
so you
Ann
guys
here,
are not
but-
drunk. The camera's just sideways.
yeah, the video sideways.
Yeah,
a
I
little
know.
None of us
I'm
are drunk
10.
yet. Just
bit. If we turn like this, it looks fine. There we go.
Like,
oh, we got it. There you go.
no.
All right, everybody. Well, welcome Ann, the home bartender. Or is it
Ann.
the home bartender Ann to be
The
to
home
be-
bartender with Ann, I believe.
with Ann?
Hen-
All right, there you go.
Send this to my husband, and hopefully he can get me upright. Be on the horizontal field. Also, wow, and it's really delayed here.
Look
Hold on.
sideways. No worries.
It's almost like a Zoom call.
I don't know.
You're muted. You're muted.
muted. You need to turn your camera on.
Right?
Oh yeah, I work for the government, so I've had to deal with Teams meetings and Zoom meetings for the past 2 years, and it's been something.
Hey Doc, what's your favorite bourbon, Doc?
Ooh, that's a good question. There's a lot of good bourbons out this year. Have you guys tried any barrel bourbon?
Barrel bourbon?
Oh, that yeah.
Two of them.
Do you have a bottle? Show me a bottle.
This is me and Jess's thing here.
This is
this.
Yes,
One
yes.
that-
Oh,
one of my
I've
favorite
seen
ones
that.
for
I've
this
seen it. I've
There's-
never bought it before, though. Jess, have you tried that? I've seen it. I've never purchased it.
they're available. There's some available here. They're just so expensive. I haven't pulled the trigger on it, but there's one.
But
It's like I think it's a rye, and it's aged in like rum casks, and I was like, oh, I want that.
That sounds great.
But it was like in Canada it was like $140. I'm like, nah.
So Jess, have you seen that one? Have you tried that?
Good.
I have not seen that, but you know me.
Again,
I'll
because
look for that.
I'm on TikTok, and the bourbon TikTok community is pretty epic, and they
I have
talk
yet
about the
to-
barrel bourbons a lot.
to do the TikTok thing. I haven't.
It's a different monster.
It's a whole different thing, Jess. It's not
Exactly.
It's kind of fun.
Listen,
Though.
YouTube is hard enough, man.
Here, I will say the thing about TikTok is when you download the app, the first thing you're gonna get is a bunch of like teenage girls dancing and shit, like because that's like
I never
90%
got
TikTok.
that.
No, I got that right
or
away. Maybe
political
because I'm a
posts.
guy, I don't know. But it takes like at least 2 weeks of using the app for the algorithm to figure out what you like.
But
So you
then
gotta
once it figures you out, it will just call you out and offend you.
Maybe. But like I've gotten to the point where I mainly get either like cocktail alcohol videos or cooking, because I like cooking videos as well. And yes, some of that nonsense spews through every now and then, but I mainly get the algorithm, the TikTok algorithm is pretty good. I mainly get the things that I actually like. I've gotten to that point, but it took a while. Like you have to kind of like rough it out and swipe through all the nonsense before you get to like, ooh, I like that video.
I don't know that I have the patience.
Yeah, you may not have the patience.
I know my
for it.
flaws.
And
It'll get you though. It'll suck you in.
It does.
It's such a different style of recording and filming that I'm not willing to commit to.
Yeah, and I mean,
No,
and
if
I've told
anything, I'm
people that
going
too. Like, you,
Opposite direction. My episodes are getting longer and longer.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly,
And
Jess.
that's
Like,
just
I'm
the
doing
thing,
like
like,
I'm doing 3 cocktail videos and shit. Like I'm not gonna start doing 30-second
yeah,
videos.
and that's the thing. Like I've told people, you can't treat this like
It's
YouTube. You know,
its own-
don't make a 3. You can make, like, they allow long format. You can make a 10-minute video, but no one's gonna watch it.
No one's
It's not-
gonna
it's
watch
not-
it. No one's
It's
gonna
not
watch
that
it.
platform. You
Yeah.
need to make and that's the thing is like you need to make a 30-second video, but also TikTok wants you to upload like 5 times a day. So you can't be making videos
Yeah,
that
that's the
take
crazy
you
shit,
10
man.
hours to friggin' render. You know, like you need to be able to make a video in 10 minutes and upload it.
No,
Keep telling
I
Carl
enjoy
he
my
needs,
half hour 8 bottles of champagne.
So let me ask you guys, what would you say was the biggest cocktail trend or the biggest trend in the whole cocktail world this year?
Ooh, trendy or like Instagram, TikTok trends?
No, just a trend, just something that kind of was, you know, a deal this year, a big deal. There's a few things. I mean, I got my own that I'm picking.
I mean, I live in Iowa, so everything's like 15 years behind. So
But I mean, but we've seen them. But how about like you know, there's been stuff on YouTube and TikTok that obviously has been trendy, like the Spagliato, for instance, was the Negroni Spagliato was everywhere. For me, it was the Super Juice thing. The Super Juice was like that took off like crazy, and I do make
the
it.
world by storm, really.
But that's I mean, that took the world by storm, dude. And I still, you know, I'll make it, but I still like. I'm not completely sold that it's much better than the bottled stuff from the supermarket.
Well, what I've like, and we've talked, Vito, we've talked about this. What I find, and I make Super Juice just because it's economical. You know, I'm spending less on limes, so for me it makes sense.
Sure.
But I get what I find hilarious about it is the whole kind of like the idea of craft cocktails is like not using processed ingredients and getting back to raw, fresh ingredients. And then here comes
Like
Super Juice is like make your own processed ingredients. You know?
Right.
I just don't.
It's DIY now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's DIY.
So it's kind of like
the lemon juice. How much worse is it really? You know what I mean?
It's like you're basically like, people are saying that bottled lemon juice is shit, but now it's like, oh, make your own bottled lemon juice.
Make your own. Right?
But to be fair, though, I think we did test the difference, and we may have done an episode that tested the difference, and it was startling.
It is different because like I've had I've made, I don't make it, but I've made a cocktail at a friend's house. I'm like, do you have lemons? And he's like, well, I got this little lemon thing. I'm like, oh, and I made a cocktail with it. I'm like, oh my God, this is garbage. But so it is different. The super juice is definitely better. But it is funny how it's essentially a processed product, just homemade DIY processed.
The thing I find with it might be almost a little too bright sometimes. Hey, and there she is.
I find, like, honestly, I've noticed no discernible difference though. I mean, I think to me it's no, I like
nice.
It works. It's perfect. And you save so much. Like two limes, instead of making 4 cocktails with 2 limes, you're making like 20 plus cocktails with 2 limes.
So, Anne, what are you drinking there? We see you have a cocktail in hand. What are you drinking?
I am drinking a Cibonnet.
What is that? What is that?
What is that?
Rob wants to say it in a very French way. That's why he wants to. Cibonnet.
That was pretty good, actually. It was just your Vou Carré was terrible.
Uh-huh.
It's pineapple rum. It's plantation. 3 it's just lots of yummy, lovely things. Can I just
lots of rum.
Say, Riley, you just look really beautiful.
Thank you.
Just okay, bye.
What about me?
Yeah, jeez. Well, and cheers.
Cheers. I'm out of my my Malort spritz is done.
Your life is better.
So, Anne, what time is it?
I need something to wash it down
on the West Coast?
It's 8:30 here.
Oh, we're near in the new year here, and me and Rob are nearing the new year.
Yes,
that's right.
Yeah.
Who's got? Okay, you guys. Some of you are in different time zones. Who's past the new year? Who's already in?
Oh, none of them.
Probably
We're first, dude.
Oh, we're first. Okay, yeah. We're doing it in half an hour.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw on the thing in half an hour. We're gonna go yay.
I think that all the guys in Australia already did it.
Yeah, I sent Andrew a message. He said he might be around, but he said it was depending on how crazy he went the night before, because he's already in 2023.
Yeah, it's like almost noon there, I think.
Yeah, I know he might still be passed out somewhere, depending on how crazy he went. I think I'm gonna do a if I can find the ingredients on hand. I think I'm gonna do the champagne margarita.
Ooh.
Which I made on my margarita video yesterday, but it's basically just you make like a small portion of a margarita and then you top it with champagne. And it's
champagne. I think
that on
that's the trend. I was making everything a margarita.
What's that?
That was
like,
last year's trend.
That is a fun trend. Well, it's like I also made a pina colada, a champagne pina colada. And Vino commented, it was basically like, how can it be bad? Like it's anything that has pina colada, and then you just make it and twist it into a different kind of cocktail. It's always going to be good because like
pineapple. Sign me up.
Yeah. So I mean, it's coconut and pineapple. Like that's like
I was gonna make it right now, but I don't have pineapple juice. I have pineapple rum and I have the coconut rum, but I don't have the pineapple juice, so I can't make it.
Sounds like you have some experimenting to do.
You could have a pineapple coconut rum spritz.
Yeah, I could just make it without the juice and just see how that works.
Yes.
So Anne,
I think I might do that actually.
I'm asking everybody, what's your favorite bottle you bought this year, or that you got this year?
Ooh.
I'm just gonna build it straight in the Malort glass. Maybe I'll get little hints of Malort sticking through, which may or may not be a good thing.
What's your favorite bottle you got this year, Vino?
Well, mine was the bottle that Matt sent me.
What are you?
He sent me a bottle of Resurgent bourbon from Pennsylvania, from his hometown. that's really, really delicious and sentimental. You know, it's great to get gifts from subs. You know, friends.
Absolutely.
That's
And it's really
awesome.
good. Super delish.
Speaking of gifts from subs, this Shipwreck coconut rum was sent
Trev,
to
right?
me
That
by
makes
Trevor.
Rob-
He also sent me my, not this bottle, but my very first bottle of Smith & Cross was sent to me by Trevor. Smith & Cross, please
We
sponsor us.
finally got a bottle of Shipwreck too.
We do
Yeah.
miss Trevor.
It's this. I mean, this makes you want to like just chuck your bottle of Bailey's, not Bailey's, of Malibu. See, it's so
Yes.
bad I forgot the name.
I'll chuck Bailey's for anything, brother.
But yeah, this makes you want to chuck your Malibu
So
right out the door.
disappointingly, my total wine stock. I'm gonna have to get in touch with Zach and see
Oh, they
what's.
stopped carrying it?
Yep.
More.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know. And like you guys know that.
Yeah, that stuff is
would-
gold to you, isn't it?
Jesse, you interviewed him, right? You interviewed him?
The Shipwreck guy.
That's
Yeah, I
right.
remember that. That was fun.
And Alchemix,
Yeah, those
Riley,
guys are
you
lovely.
guys interviewed
He was
the
super
coffee.
nice.
Yeah, you guys interviewed the Mr. Black. I don't
Yes.
like him because he still hasn't come to Canada.
Well, they
Oh,
just
it
got
won't be long,
they
dude.
just got
It won't be
bought
long.
by
Did they?
what company was it? Yeah,
Diageo.
Diageo.
So they'll
So
be
it
everywhere
will probably
soon.
be in Canada soon.
Nice.
Ish.
What does that company own? What else? what
Everything.
else is it?
Everything.
Everything.
Literally everything. They own Johnny Walker. They own
Oh fuck
they're
yeah!
massive.
Oh well, there you go.
like everything.
Should be getting some Mr. Black soon then. All right, here we go. This is
All right, guys. I'm gonna sign off. I've gone.
all right.
Mwah, mwah,
Cheers,
Happy
Jess.
New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New
Good
Year.
talking to you.
Happy New
Hey,
Year.
I'm gonna be signing off too.
All right, Doc.
Have
Thanks
a
for
good
joining,
one.
brother.
Bye, Doc.
Cheers, Doc.
Cheers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go, Rob. I'm gonna go another 10 or so. Then I gotta join the.
You're not
family.
making it to New Year's with us.
I gotta join my families here, brother.
I thought we were your family. Here we go. I've got the I got some coconut rum. I've got some plantation pineapple rum, little hints of Malort, and some champagne. And I did do a little bit of lime juice. I don't have pineapple juice, but we'll see how it goes.
So Anne, you couldn't think of a bottle?
Oh, that's excellent. It's mainly pineapple, but it's coconut, but it's excellent.
I'm trying to think. I agricole a little bit. Agricole rum, and I really like.
Hey, David.
My new bottle. But I'm trying to something that I really like. So my husband for Christmas, excuse me for a second, gave me this bottle of Hamilton. It's a Hamilton rum. It's a pot still. It was distilled in 2004, but bottle was aged for 10 years, and I'm hoping that this is my favorite bottle.
That sounds
year. I have not.
fire, dude. When are you
You
gonna
do
open
not
it?
tell my husband that exists. Don't do it. He's not allowed to know that exists.
When are you gonna try it, Ann?
What is it? It's
Yeah.
Hamilton. Put it closer
It's
to
a,
the camera.
St. Lucian rum, and I'm just like, do I open it?
Hell's yeah, dude.
I know. But
Open
I'm
it.
like,
Open it. Open
I
it.
don't care about this. And I should enjoy it while I'm alive. So I think we're gonna and see how it goes. And I'm hoping it's my favorite bottle. But yeah,
A lot of potential to be.
I drank in my last probably I don't know, 5 or 6. I drank a lot of El Dorado 12 year, which I've had in my collection for but I as a sipper, but I was my friend. But as a mixer,
Is the Madeira cask.
Yeah, I want to try that one.
not have
I want to try that one.
jealous of. Yeah, that's I'm sure
El
it's
Dorado.
wonderful.
That's one of the few rums that is here and is very cheap. ED12 is only like 30 something bucks.
I'll pay like $50 for that, basically 40. But you know what? It's worth it. It's so good. It's great to sip. It's great to have in cocktails. So the bottle that I have been reaching for the most this year. Although in the beginning of the year, rum, I was really, I still just love that rum so much. Some of the bottles that I've been reaching for, and I've got a few new bourbons that I haven't tried. Dave from Cocktail Fridays, he and I have been sending little tasters back and forth, and he gave me a few scotches that I still haven't even tried. I'm excited to try those. I just haven't gotten around to it. But yeah, what's your favorite bottle? You guys, Riley, you guys did a lot of stuff reviews this year. What do you think? You're a gin person. Was anything? Yeah. Because I'd love to hear that. I love gin.
We've run the gamut of everything, and I think we ended up picking up more rum than anything else because Carl, that's what he wanted. I mentioned earlier the Castle and Key gin was probably my favorite pickup of this year. It's called Roots of Ruin, but we picked up the Hendrix Neptunia, which was their newest.
I've seen that. I've seen it in the store.
It's good. It's salty. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I don't like salty cocktails. But I don't think you can beat Lunar for me as far as the Hendrix goes. Mm-hmm. But we did pick up.
I haven't tried the
Stiggins Fancy Pineapple Smoky formula.
I want to get the smoky one so bad. I forget that exists.
I forgot about that too.
I totally forgot that exists. I got to pick that up.
Oh, cheers, Andre from Brazil. How's it going?
Cheers, Andre. Yeah, I did have a Foghat, and I figured I could just do that, but that was kind of a limited release. That's a good snag.
Here's a bottle. I got this for my birthday this year. Middleton. This is an Irish whiskey, and it comes in a nice like wooden box. And I remember Matt kind of explained it to us during our live stream back in March. And basically Middleton puts out a one bottle of like, it's very rare. It's basically a blend of Irish whiskeys, but like of rare Irish whiskeys. And they put out a bottle once a year. And I heard like 5-6 years ago, I heard someone talking about Middleton, how it was like a rare, like the highest top shelf Irish whiskey. And I was like, I want it. And I finally got it this year.
So how does it compare to something like Jameson? You know what I'm saying? I mean, my Irish whiskey experience is limited.
Yeah, I don't have two
brands.
Honestly, my favorite Irish whiskey is even though this
you like what's the Redbreast?
Redbreast, but it's the Lestau edition.
Oh, okay. Redbreast is really good though.
Yeah, so this one is finished in Lestau sherry casks, and that sherry adds a really nice something to it. Like it's got like a nice kind of deep, rich, fruity. It's still got that buttery butter biscuit, that buttery baked biscuit flavor that all Irish whiskeys tend to have, but it's got that fruitiness from the sherry. So this is my favorite Irish whiskey. This one, it's great. I mean, and it's an expensive bottle, so I'm going to keep it around for special occasions. I don't think it's really worth the price point, to be honest. but it's nice to have. It's kind of like your Johnny Walker Blue. You know, it's good. You take it out for special occasions because it's worth a good amount of money. And you're kind of like, it's one of those show off whiskeys. You're like, hey, look what I got. But is it really worth the price point? Nah.
Riley, back to the pineapple rum for just a second. What did you? So you guys got the pineapple rum. Did you make a lot of cocktails with it, or why was it your kind of a go-to for you this year?
As far as the original plantation Stiggins Fancy or this barrel aged one?
The smoky that you just got.
We haven't opened it yet.
Okay. Oh, you haven't opened it?
No, we filmed a lot of episodes to kind of get ourselves kind of a break. I feel like my liver needs a break.
Yeah.
So we filmed a bunch of episodes and we've kind of been riding them out. So we're waiting to open that one on camera. But also we've picked up
That'll be interesting.
so many bottles. We went to San Diego, and in San Diego we went to Mexico. Then we went to Dallas, and we went to Minneapolis. Then we do our regular trips to like Milwaukee and Chicago and Madison. So like we go places that aren't Iowa because of Iowa's liquor laws. We just do a haul every time we go. So we come home with a case of liquor, and we forget. We bought the pineapple one, probably Dallas, and that was in the beginning of November. But we've been 3 places, so we just forget it exists.
That sounds amazing. So, have you tried it? The pineapple smoky?
No, they haven't. Yeah, no.
It's not. Nope.
I
We haven't
desperately
broken
want to
the seal
try
of it
that.
yet.
Well, that's
You know
How
me,
many
I love
how many
smoky
unopened
things.
bottles would you say you guys have?
Unopened,
Yeah.
at least 2 cases.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, I know. So
I don't know that I have an unopened.
I don't have to
bottle.
be like I get like this one here. I picked up the Weller Antique. This another one of these bottles that recommended on TikTok. And
That's
bourbon,
super trendy right now. Weller
yeah,
is-
bourbon TikTok, they love this bottle, and
Yeah.
it became available at my local liquor store, and it was online only, and you can add 1 bottle per customer, like you can only order one at a time. So I got one. I've opened it. I took a quick dram of it, and but like as you can see, I have not had a lot of it. It's very good, but it's just like it's probably just gonna sit there for a while.
Yeah, we have this issue with object permanence. If we can't see it, it doesn't exist, and most of it's still in boxes because we don't have room for it.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what happens, Abe. If you don't have room to display it, you kind of forget it's there, and then
We have so much room. But that's
We have
the curse of trying 3 bottles per episode. It's like we have to buy 3, or we have to recycle, which ends up being like, we already did this one. I know what this tastes like.
Yeah. A few bottles that you probably never use again, wouldn't buy again.
Yeah, that's what I was talking to her about.
So when we have those bottles, I have coworkers and friends that are at best uneducated.
Sure.
So like whenever they come over, anything that's like the low end, I'll just be like, hey, here, I'll make you a margarita with
Cool.
this crap, and you won't know the difference. Or like we'll have like
Better
8
than,
different rums that are almost gone, and we'll make a rum punch. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
better than like the party. So they're like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And how many bottles do you think you have, Ann?
Of rum.
Yeah, give us the rum total. Give us the other total.
Okay, that's 2 separate. So bottles of rum.
How many?
And 60. And I would
That's
say
a good number of rum.
I would not. I would probably 40 of those bottles again. Like I continually buy Appleton and things like there's a lot of plantations, things like that. But I have a family is partying in my loud. But I have probably 10, and I have maybe 8 bourbons. I have 6 Irish whiskeys. I have probably 6 and then I have 12 Amaros maybe. I have a section in my garage because
you have 12 Amaros.
I probably
Have you ever made the 8 Amaro? What was it? The 8 Amaro.
Oh, what was it?
Oh, what's the cocktail?
Was it an 8 Amaro Negroni? Was it just an 8
Yeah,
Amaro
I think it's a
Negroni?
Negroni. Yeah, 8 Amaro Negroni. Or is it Sazerac? I don't know. 8 Amaro Sazerac.
I'm mainly a Verna Amaro. I love. I like Montenegro. I have and there's like 4 that I kind of stick with. There's many that I wouldn't buy again. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
a second
So
in my
it's
garage.
the 8 Amaro Sazerac. So you pick 8 Amaros that you have. You do a 1/4 ounce of
Yes.
each, so it adds up to 2 ounces of Amaro, and then you do a few dashes of Peychaud's, a dash of Ango, and a rinse of an herbal liqueur, so like an absinthe or something. And I did it. I mean, my Amaros were like, I'd have to think about it, but obviously it depends on which Amaros you have, but mine was pretty damn good. You have to like Amaro to like this cocktail, but it's pretty interesting.
I think for for 2023, that's going to be something I really want to focus on is more Amaro. I just, I drank them for years, but I didn't really expand on what I drank. It was kind of the 4 basics, like kind of what you're saying, and it was Averna, Montenegro, Ramazzotti, and I guess you could say Campari, whatever.
Campari and Aperol, they're technically Amaros, but they're technically
Amaro.
Kind of
but
different.
Like Chinar, I never. That's newest to me, and that's my favorite right now. But just like I've been just adding bottles. I've
got my favorite Amaro.
I love it.
My favorite Amaro, but I cannot find cocktails that specifically call for it. But my favorite Amaro is Zucca.
Dude, I gotta tell you, most don't. Just use Amaro cocktails and just switch out the Amaro.
Yeah, I know.
That's really all you can do.
But have you tried Zucca?
Every Amaro
Zucca is so like it almost has it's a rhubarbaro, so it has rhubarb as the primary. I don't really get the rhubarb flavor, to be honest.
Yeah.
But to me, it has like a Coca-Cola flavor to it. It's really strange.
Ramazzotti tastes like to me is
Ramazzotti tastes.
Yeah, must be.
Right,
I haven't tried that one, but it must be similar then. But as soon as I try Zucca, my first thing comes to mind is Coca-Cola.
I just picked one up yesterday.
Which one?
Chinar.
I have Chinar. Yeah.
Oh, I just picked up.
Hey, family. That cocktail that you guys...
Oh, that's Lucano. I have got Lucano.
Yeah, I just picked that up yesterday.
It's very similar to Averna. It's very Averna.
Really? Oh, cool.
We have the Lucano anniversary one.
Oh, do you?
Fancy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cocktail that Tim just made, I think last week on his channel. You can use. I'm gonna maybe recreate it with Obrium gin because he's like wormy kind of gin or cocktail, or you could probably substitute that Rubicaro or that Zucca in it. And it calls for rhubarb bitters, but I don't know if you would need that if you use it.
What was it? I made a last year. I think the best thing I made with I have to go find my video and see what I actually did. I made like hot cocktails about a year ago, January last year, and I made a hot Amari, which I need to go find out what the hell I did.
Well, have you guys tried Uncle Pete's Amaro latte yet? That's incredible.
No, I got to try that. That sounds amazing.
Really, really good. It's really good.
I'll
be right back, guys.
Go ahead. Yeah, no, Rob, it's really good. If you have to have a froth or
coffee drink.
So the hot Amari, it's from a bar, and they did not specify which Amaro to use, but here's the recipe I did, and it was really good. So use an Irish coffee mug, and you do it 1 ounce of Chinar, 1 ounce of Zucca, and 1/4 ounce of yellow chartreuse, and then boiling water.
That sounds incredible.
You fill it with boiling water. And
it sounds like it'll also make you feel better if you're sick.
It's so good. It does. It does have that
like I could get into right there.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a hot toddy, but yeah, it's an ounce of Chinar, ounce of Zucca, 1/4 ounce of chartreuse, yellow chartreuse, and then boiling water. And it's really good. And for me, the Zucca gives it that Coca-Cola feel, and it's so good.
There's a bar here. There's a bar in New York City called, you guys probably heard it, Amargo.
Yes.
It's an Amari bar, and they have the most amazing selection. I'm sorry, Ann?
I said I've read about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so dope. I mean, and Rob, that's a great place to like learn like different kind of Amaro cocktails because they make up a ton of different ones. But they've got such a dope collection of stuff there, man. It's a really great place. Like I can see Amaro bars because Amaro's getting much more popular in the US. I can see them popping up a little more.
So run me down Uncle Pete's Amaro latte.
Run it down for you. Well,
run down like well, not that you have to give me the specific recipe, just what it is because I'm very curious.
Basically it's like you make a latte except with the milk you add your Amaro and you heat it up and froth it up whatever and you know and that's it. It's that simple. But the thing he says is that not all Amaros work the same, like in terms of the froth you get.
What did he use?
I can't remember exactly what he used. To be honest,
I remember. Uncle Pete is the guy who basically told me about the 8 Amaro Sazerac. So he has a fantastic selection of Amaro.
He does. He has a great. Yeah, he's got a really
much
unique,
more than I do.
Yeah, he's got a really unique collection of stuff.
He lives 4 hours north of me, and I cannot get shit that he gets. Like he lives in a big city, and I live in a place there, so I cannot get the same stuff that he can get. He has a great selection. There's quite a few, tiki bars and rum bars up there that are original on the tiki scene, and he can get a lot more stuff. So he's always asking me like, "Why don't you just get it?" I'm like, because also since we're in Pearl State, I have to order 6 bottles in order to get one bottle of whatever I want, and I'm not going to do that. So I either have to make a trip for 4 hours, right? And they obviously can relate to this. I have to make a trip for 4 hours, bottles that I want to get, and then our local liquor store just went like Sailor Jerry, like so their rum selection just went down to nothing that I can. It's kind of hard as a channel because I have to either smuggle that in somehow, order from somewhere, or travel 4 hours to get it. So it's a little, but yeah, he can get like he can get a lot of really great stuff up there.
Well, I was saying earlier.
Pete also has he's also what's it called? He likes like offbeat stuff too. So that's the thing about him is like he's not into the basic shit. Like he likes to try spirits that are like most people don't try. I picked up a couple of things that I never seen before, and I've been in the business forever because I watched on his channel. I'm like, oh, that's I never heard that before. I picked up like some Mexican, rums that I thought were really good. But like that's not stuff you see anywhere. No bar I've ever been at or work at has that kind of shit on the bar. It's not really viable. It's not a viable product, Well,
I remember.
Listen, guys, Rob, I don't want to cut you off, but I gotta go be with the family.
Oh, you 7 minutes, man.
I know. I was supposed to be out 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, go with your family, man.
Yes,
we're gonna.
Listen, I want to wish everybody a happy new year. Thank you so much for supporting my channel and everybody else's channel here. And you guys, I wish you guys a very happy new year. And prosperous and healthy, and may all our channels blow up next year.
Absolutely, man. You guys are the best.
Saying? And I love you all, and happy new year to you all, guys. Cheers.
Happy New Year, Vino.
Cheers, guys.
Happy to you and your family. Cheers.
All right. Thank you, brother.